Well, hey everyone, good evening. My name is Lisa Lorison, and I am the Gladwin Young Life Committee Chair. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining our 21-day journey through our Facebook page, Gladwin Young Life Community Partners, leading up to this day. I'd like to start with a little bit of housekeeping. First, the banquet will be best experienced in speaker view. That will ensure that whoever is talking takes up your full screen. So right now, if I am not dominating your screen, if my video is the same size as everyone else's, you are in gallery view. To switch to the speaker view, simply hover over the upper right-hand corner of your screen and click on speaker view. Secondly, everybody needs to be muted. No need to unmute yourself throughout the event. There will be plenty of opportunity to participate in the chat though, and we look forward to your engagement there. Well, I love this picture behind me because it reminds me of why I love being on Young Life Committee. Being on committee means that you don't have to canoe for 6 hours down the Ausable River in the midst of a downpour. You can let other people do that while you sit behind your computer and write newsletters and make Facebook posts and do thank you notes. And yet you create the opportunity for what you see here behind me in this picture. Seriously, that day was epic. And from what I heard, the kids' responses were to die for. Everything from "that was awesome" to one girl literally on her phone with her mom saying, "come get me." But I love that after the rain cleared, having gone through that torrential downpour together, kids bonded with their leaders and opened up to some great conversations about life, about purpose, about God, and what am I here for anyway? And that's Young Life, an adventure that we are inviting you to join in us with us this evening. We ask that tonight you open your heart to whatever God may be stirring inside of you. If you're the canoeing in a downpour type, we always need more leaders. If you love to cook, these kids love to eat. If you're a behind the scenes person, we've got room on committee. If you're a prayer warrior, wow, we can pair you with a kid who needs prayer. And of course, if God has blessed you financially, we're always looking for financial partners as well. To that end, I have some really exciting news to share with you. If my calculations are correct, in the 21 days leading up to the banquet, we have raised a little over $4,000 for this amazing work. Yay, you. We here at Gladwin Young Life have been so encouraged by the evidence of God's goodness and faithful provision to this ministry, coming through the generosity of his people. Now, we would be completely blown away if after tonight we can say that we are fully funded for 2021. In order to do that, we need $300 in additional monthly contributions for the remaining 10 months of 2021. So that's our goal for tonight. It can mean 30 people, each giving $10 a month, or 10 people giving $30 a month. You can probably do the math better than I can. But let me be clear. This is nothing but an invitation to be blessed. If you see a story tonight that inspires you and you know that you want to be part of that story, we invite you to share in the blessing. So here's how this will work. As we speak, my number is in the chat. If you would like to commit to a monthly pledge to help us reach that goal, text me your name, email address, and the amount you would like to pledge. I'll keep the chat updated throughout the evening so that you can see how close we are to reaching our goal. All right, without further ado, let me introduce you to one amazing dude named Javen Medema.
What's up? My name is Javen Medema. I've known Dave Mead for 10 to 12 years now, and I would consider him a close friend of mine, a mentor, and someone who I really look up to. He has been a huge part of my life, definitely for the past 8 years, as I've really got to know him, going to Grace Christian, and and he invited me to get involved in Young Life early in high school, and I didn't really have a lot of extra time and kind of put off the idea, but he was persistent and wanted to meet and talk, and we kind of got a Bible study going, just me and him, I don't remember what, maybe Tuesday morning, every morning, once a week, and we would meet up and get coffee or get breakfast or just hang out at his house, and we had a book we'd go through, and some days we'd just talk about things in my life or my faith. Some days he'd have questions, some days we'd read the Bible, some days we'd read this book, Not a Fan, which was a wonderful book. And this kind of went all the way through high school, and he was always there to build my faith through high school, and really kind of built the base of me as a Christian and help form what I am now. And then going into college, he pushed me a lot. He was like, you got to get involved in something down there, as I went down to Grand Rapids regular college, and he was just pushing me, and I got involved with Young Life down here, and it has changed my life, and I absolutely love being involved with it. And he was a instrumental part in me really getting involved down here and rediscovering my faith almost in college. You know, he helped build that base, but then also pushed me to rediscover my faith for myself and grow in that. And we still, to this day, I would consider him a really, really close friend, and someone who's still very instrumental to my faith. Anytime I have a question in my life, in my faith, in really anything, I know he's always got an answer or another question that's going to make me think of an answer, or just he's always there, always thinking, always on top. He's always checking in. The love I feel from him is just incredible. He's a great supporter that I wouldn't be where I'm at in my life if it wasn't for him. I treasure our friendship, and I treasure our relationship, and I can't thank Dave enough for everything he's done for me, and probably will continue to do for a long, long time. He's dropped a lot of things just out of the blue. I'd message him and be like, hey, what's up? And he'll just drop what he's got to come talk, to come really do whatever I need. And it means a lot. It means a lot. So yeah, Dave Mead, awesome guy, great friend, absolutely love him.
Man, I got that video from him earlier this week, and Alicia and I both a couple of videos sent to us at a similar time frame, and couldn't help the tears well up, as what these kids don't know is that they've given us so much more than we've given them. And it has been a privilege to serve them through the years, and so grateful for Javen's testimony and story tonight. So as we move along here, we're excited for some more things, but we've got some announcements to make, and so we're going to kick things over to most of our leader team, or a lot of our leader team, that are all hanging out in one place at Bill and Lori's house. And they're going to give us who the winners of the post captions are. So if you've been following the 21 days leading up to this on Facebook, there were a number of pictures that we had a little contest, and there will be prizes for this. So anyways, we're going to turn it over to the leaders, and they're going to give us who those winners are.
Are you going to show the picture?
Sorry, that's a detail I don't have. So nope.
Okay, so then the first one that was just take the picture of Davy looking like Davy is
Stacy Pollock, just scarfing around.
Stacy.
Oh, mine? Okay. The one, what, describe it.
I don't know.
Oh,
What do you have?
so this should be Isaac Cunningham, When You Forget Your Flash is On.
That's the one with Audrey at, I think
Looking
she's
like
at
an
Big
alpaca.
I think you're at Big Ticket Festival.
Oh yeah, sweet. Isaac's on the Zoom right now. One of our Young Life kids joining us.
Is it?
Isaac.
Next.
Becky Kreitz, this is the one with me and Caitlin Bretcher. With If I Only Had a Brain. Thanks, Becky.
And then the one I had was Audrey surrounded by a bunch of Young Life peeps, and Isaac Cunningham again with that. When
Wow.
one too many people get on the beanbag.
Isaac.
Isaac!
2 prizes for Isaac tonight. Sweet. All right. Thanks, you guys. And if you're at home, give it up for our Young Life leaders for helping us out tonight. And Adam, go ahead. All right. So if you recall, Davy's terrible trivia from, if you've been at banquets before, you know, this is like becoming like tradition almost. So this has been fun the last couple of years. The biggest thing I'm missing this year is my game show host coat. My jacket, my suit jacket, and I don't know why I didn't bring that, but I should have. So anyways, but here's how this is going to go down. This is going to be interactive. So we're going to have some trivia questions here that I'm going to read, and in the chat, whoever is the first to weigh in with the correct answer is going to win that question. Our esteemed leader team is our judges, and they are going to be tallying and figuring out at the end. We're going to have 2 rounds of this tonight. Who is our winner? So if you know anything about Young Life at all, we do have winners, we do have games, and we do have prizes. So let's have some fun here, y'all. Are you ready for question number 1? Here we go. Finish this popular saying: an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of. Go. Write it in the chat as fast as you can. We got lots of answers in there. Very, very good. It looks like this first one goes to Jared Lawson. You guys are nailing it. You're on a roll. This is exactly how we're doing it. So you're already catching on. We're going to fly through the next ones. All right, here we go. Number 2, what temperature does water freeze in Celsius? Some of you jumped the gun. You thought it was going to be Fahrenheit. All right, number 3, flow, toe, go, mow, whoa, grow, so, glow, go. What do you do when a traffic light turns red? Yes, you do not go, you stop. All right, so here we go. Okay, let's get this party started. What song do people sing to someone at their birthday party? Nice, nice. Next one. They say it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. The Baja Men were known for their popular song where they asked what question? Ooh, a little slower. Yeah, of course, Becky, of course. Mike and Amy Joe with a close second on that one. All right, here we go. What animal do they say has 9 lives? Oh yeah, blowing it up. The cat. Next one. This is a multiple choice. So here we go. I'll give you the options first, then we'll ask the question. Multiple choice. Your answers are A, 4, B, 47, or C, 102. The question is, how many teeth does a mosquito have? There's the right answer. The answer is B. It took a few to get there, but we got it. Apparently we don't know. I don't know. We were sleeping in science class on the day we learned about the teeth and the mosquito. All right. NBD, that means no big deal, but it might be a big deal if you get this wrong. What does BTW stand for? Yes, that one goes to Alyssa. All right, next one. Lately, I've been brushing up on my Espanol. That means Spanish, if you didn't know. If I said hola, or sorry, if I said aloha, what language am I speaking in? Yes, Hawaiian it is. All right. Ellen, just a couple more. Ellen is to Dory as who is to Buzz Lightyear. No, don't have the right answer. Oh, there it is. Becky. Of course, Becky finally comes through. That is right. Tim Allen. Next one. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Lisa Lorison has the biggest heart. What is the biggest lake in the United States? Lake Superior. That is it. I'm stopping. I'm not saying your name anymore, Becky. I don't want to make anybody else feel bad. You know. All right. So if someone calls you a GOAT, the acronym, what does that stand for? The greatest of all time, Mike and Amy Joe. This is a multiple choice question. Here's your answers. A, Charlie and Lucy. B, Max and Bella. Or C, Buddy and Emma. Your question is, what are the two most popular dog names in the United States? The answer is B, from the Griffiths. Well done, well done. Two more. I think it's time to send someone flying. What does UFO stand for? Yeah. I'm trying to read two things at once here. Oh, that one goes to the Griffiths again. They're on a roll. All right. Last one for this round. If a bike has two wheels, a unicycle has one, and a tricycle has three, what singer famously told Jesus to take the wheel? Yeah, Carrie it is. Sherry Messer with the last one of this round. Don't worry. Oh, wait. Alicia Spencer, my bad, for the last one of this round. And don't worry. We'll be back for one more round of Davy's terrible trivia. But for now, we actually have segment one of there's three segments to this very special video mystery. So you need to pay close attention to this. And Adam, go ahead and hit it.
My Banquet in a box. I know we can't open it until right now, so I saved it. Oh, pamphlet. Oh, Young Life. Yes, there's kids. Oh, okay.
Coffee mug. I'm sure Audrey will steal that from me.
Oh man, that looks like it's handcrafted. Has Young Life. That'd be a good reminder to pray for Young Life all the time.
We have a Young Life sticker. That's cool. It's going on the car.
A jar. Nobody knows the truffles I've seen.
Got some balloons that say Young Life on them. Coaster.
An ornament. A Young Life thank you letter from one of our students. That's so cool. I love it.
All right, all right. So we do not have a correct answer yet, so I'll let you continue to think on that. And apparently the Rogos were MIA in the Davies Terrible Trivia because their clicker wasn't working. Sounds like an excuse to me and Annette, but I love you anyways. So better luck on the next round. We 2020, just want to take a few minutes and recap a little bit of 2020, and it was a remarkable year. Don't even have to say it was a difficult year, but we started off the year with some big transition in Gladwin Young Life. Audrey had been on staff for 2 years, and based on the marriage, her and Dylan getting married, coming right up, she stepped down from that role back in February. And for a short season or an interim season, I stepped in and was kind of filling some holes and filling some gaps. Leaders stepped up and committee stepped up, and we set out to kind of bridge this gap season while we didn't have a staff person in place. To which then in September 1 or late August or mid-August, Alicia actually stepped into that role. And so for the last, I guess that's 6 months, crazy. 6 months, she has been filling the staff role in Gladwin, and maybe a little biased, but she's just been killing it, and love her to bits. And the heart that she has for this community, for these beautiful kids that we get to pour into, and the heart she has for our leader team and committee and all of you that support from the community standpoint and donor standpoint. So she's just been rocking and rolling, and really has owned that position and is growing in that position and doing a great job. So we hit COVID, obviously, in the spring, which really changed the scope of how we've always done Young Life. And Lisa mentioned in the intro, just innovation and creativity, and having to drop back and punt and figure out where do we go from here. And certainly has presented a lot of challenges to the way we've always done things, and how do you get in the lives of kids when FaceTime with them is so restricted. And so it was very challenging. I think initially as a leader team, our meetings were very like, hey, let's stay ready. Let's be ready to do club, at the drop of a hat, because, who knows, maybe this will only be a few weeks, or maybe this will be a month or two, and we'll get back at her. And then we got into summer, and it's been 3 months, and oh my word. And so summer was amazing. We had a number of activities that we were able to do outside, some campfires, canoe trip that you see the picture behind Lisa there, that epic day on the water, in the water, pouring rain, all of it was great. Lisa got out of the way so we can see it. So there was a couple things in the summertime, and then things locked back down a little tighter again as we hit the fall. And so it really honestly has forced us to lean into our number one priority in Young Life. And that's what you heard Javen talk about, what you're going to hear Rachel talk about in just a second. And that is what we call contact work. It can be referred to as mentoring. And it really is getting in that space of one-on-one relationship building and with kids, and earning the opportunity, or we say in Young Life all the time, earning the right to be heard, to have a voice in their life. That takes time to establish trust and friendship, and you got to be around for a bit. I mean, there's so much in kids' lives that's just coming and going, and so not dependable. And we've got the opportunity to be a consistent element of their life that they come to then lean into and actually have an interest in our voice and what we have to say, and the opportunity to then point them to Jesus, and where does life come from, and why are you here? Why do you exist? What's your purpose? All those conversations and questions that they have and are working through from, ages 12 to 18 and then beyond. As you heard in Javen's story, we get to continue to be friends and do life together. So it's a beautiful thing. So 2020 was a lot of that, and just regrouping and getting our hopes up. Hey, maybe, oh no, maybe not. And then just figuring out, how do we do this in the midst of this context? Because kids still exist. They still have needs. We're still here. We just need to figure out how to get into that space. So lots of communication this way, and video chats and stuff like that, but also opportunities to get into a one-on-one context and do some life together, meet them right where they're at. So it was really good. So thank you for coming alongside of us in 2020 as we kind of ground that out all year. Huge thank you to the leaders. It was a tough year to be a leader. Cassidy, brand new leader this year. Heck of a year to start being a leader. She started back in September, and she's just, duking it out as we figure this thing out together. So we love our leader team, love our committee, and love our community. Thanks for 2020. It's great. So next we have the opportunity to hear from one of our Young Life kids, one of Alicia's girls. And I just, this is, again, Alicia and I sitting listening to this, and the tears just came. So I hope that this you enjoy her story. It's very meaningful. So here we go. Go ahead, Adam.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm 22 years old. I'm just like a strange person, I feel like. I'm socially awkward. I've always been that way. I love cats and crystals and naps and living my life. But Young Life, right? What's that have to do with Young Life, right? I've always been socially awkward and strange, and I always made up my weird slang and stuff, like homie. Not made it up, but I always said strange things, or like weird words that I always used. And Davey and his family always thought that was just hilarious. Like, look at that girl spunk. She's not afraid. And you know what? I'm very afraid because I have anxiety. But they brought it out to me that that's okay. That's okay to be weird and strange, because that's who you are. And what's that have to do with Young Life again? They show me that it's okay to be you, because people still accept you. And most importantly, Jesus still accepts you. And I'm like, right there, that's what it is. Thank you. Because without that foundation in my early teen years, when you struggle with everything, it just made everything make more sense. And they were there for me when I needed them to be. And they knew that, I feel like. And in some way, that was a sign from above that this is for you. You need this. This is how I'm showing you that I am here with you. And Young Life, they did such awesome things. We always did adventuring, and we made such good relationships. There's so many songs we learned that I turn on the Christian radio, and I'm like bopping to it, because I remember when I was 14, this was a jam that we sung at Young Life I think it was Wednesdays. And I'm just bebopping, my kids are bebopping. And I'm thankful for that, because now that I had that to show me the way, I can show my kids the way. My 4-year-old loves it. She goes, "Is this a church song?" "Yeah, it is, baby. Let's crank it up." So I still use my foundation. It brought me up from who I was 10 years ago to now being 22, a mom, a wife, just in everything. And with Alicia being who she is, they were always there and supportive of me. "Hey, you want to dye your hair pink? Come over. Oh, you want to have a quick Bible study? Come over. Oh, you're having a hard time? Come over. Oh, you adopted 6 kittens and you need somewhere to be a safe haven for them? Come over." Just great things. And I still talk to Alicia. I'm like, "Hey, I need to talk about this because I heard this crazy thing in church and I need to talk about it with someone." Because they are my comfort zone too, because we go to a totally new church. And I'm like, "Hey, I need to talk about this because I don't know how I feel about this." And she's like, "Call me up, girl." I'm like, "I will." And things like that. There's girls that I went to Young Life Camp with that I still chit-chat with. Even if we weren't awesome friends in school, we still talk. And I'm like, "Hey, remember that time we ate all that ice cream at 11 o'clock at night at Young Life Camp?" "Yeah, I do." And it's just great. And I am thankful that Young Life was there for me when I was a teen. And even if I could do Young Life stuff now, I totally would. And when my daughter gets old enough, maybe I'll take her too, if we move closer or something. So, and I'm really thankful Alicia asked me to do this, because I'm just totally shook, as the kids say, that she asked me, because that even speaks volumes to me that I was such an important piece in their life that they wanted to include me in this. So I am so thankful.
I don't think I can talk after that. You guys got to meet one of the most cool girls that I got to spend time with from the time she was a little 6th grader. And you can just imagine the spunk that she has at 22, what she was like as a 6th grader. And it just kept going. We have a billion memories together. And when she talked about pink hair dye, that was not just once, that was many times. And it was pink and it was purple and it was green. And one time, a night near time, she convinced me that I needed to bleach it. And I'm like, "Well, I'm not a professional." She says, "Oh, you've done this before." I'm like, "Yes, I have, but I think your hair is getting a little fragile." And she said, "Oh, what can I lose?" Well, she did. She lost something. She lost a bit of hair that day. And we still laugh about it. She would roll those things right off her back. And she didn't care that she had fuzzy hair because she wanted to try this new pink hair. And you got to meet how real she is, that she was so real and changed my life incredibly. I don't even know how to explain to you what a kid does when they're willing to trust you with what's going on in their life. And you sit back and you go, "How do I even deserve to be in this relationship?" And thank God I don't, but he's given that crazy blessing in my life. And Rachel is one example of the gift that being a part of Young Life has given me. And I'm so glad you guys got to meet her. She's incredible. So yeah, if you want to get involved, please do. It's just a picture of the friendships that are established over years. So I just talked to her again last week, and the things we can talk about as adults, it's priceless. We talk about not just church things. We talk about life and God and relationships and questions that are deep, that keep us keep faith alive in midst of circumstances that are really tough. She's still going through some really tough things, but crazy watching her make these wise decisions as an adult. Love her.
Sweet. Thanks, babe. So next up we have part 2 of our leader mystery video. So yeah, you're a lot. If you didn't get the answer, I think it'll be revealed in this next one. So Adam, go ahead.
Well, I'm looking at this jar here. I'm noticing that something might be kind of silly.
Nobody knows the troubles I've seen.
And there's just some crinkly brown paper.
Shouldn't there be chocolate in this?
Maybe someone stole my chocolate.
Somebody must have stole it.
I bet you someone stole it.
Oh yeah, there's still chocolate in here.
Who would have wanted to steal my chocolate?
It was Lori.
Bet you Audrey stole my truffles.
And I actually would accuse myself, but I can't do that. That makes no sense. So, you know what? I'll bet you Lori.
I think Alicia stole the chocolate because she just seems super happy all the time, and no one's that happy without extra sugar.
Lori was here, and no, Bill and Lori were here. Dylan was here.
It was probably Bill.
Bet you Bill took them.
It's Brian. It's gotta be Brian.
All right. So I'm a little hurt, actually. Isaac Cunningham is one of my dudes, and he's out in Maine right now, actually, joining on the call. And you blame me for taking them. What in the world, buddy? Anyways, there's another I'm getting text messages on this. Like, if the chat's not good enough, like Jared Code is texting me, telling me how much he hates losing at Davy's terrible trivia. So hang in there, y'all. We got one more round, so you know we might be able to do this. If you didn't figure it out, it was the chocolates that was taken, and we will reveal who the culprit is soon. So let's dive back into Adam. Hit it. We got to have our intro. All right, so here we go. You guys ready? Keyboards ready? Get ready to type in your answers. Dave and Annette, did you get your clicker fixed? Because here we go. All right. So question number 1 of round 2. Say the last 3 letters of the alphabet backwards now. Yeah, I got a bunch of you nailing it. I'm glad the leaders are on top of this because, yeah, I can't do 2 things at once. Never have been able to, but, you know, I try. All right. So number 2. Some of the popular hashtags last year were LOL. Actually, this is a few years ago, I think. But anyways, BRB, TBT. What letters are on the second button of a phone keypad? Yeah.
The clicker's working.
I'll take your word for it, Beck. Oh, yeah. The clicker's working for the Rogo family. Sweet. All right, number 3. If I row my raft down a stream, merrily, 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 what does the itsy bitsy spider climb up? Yes, indeed, the water spout. Here we go. They say, good things come in pairs. Which pair of twins played Michelle Tanner on Full House? Well, this is going back a little ways. Oh, yeah. Mary Kate and Ashley nailed it. Well done. All right. Moving right along. I got a feeling one of you is going to get this one right. Who sang I Got a Feeling? Amy Jo, incorrect answer, actually, but nice try. Second, wow, holy smokes, where's that coming from? And I'll leave it to DJ Code to get it finally. Black Eyed Peas. Well done, Jared. All right, next question. Ghosting someone means you end a relationship by stopping communication. Who is known as the friendly ghost? Oh yeah, Casper. This ghosting thing. This is kind of weird. I always was taught that you should have a conversation face to face. This is very common, actually.
Yeah.
Anyways, so next question. What's the name of the most popular cinnamon roll chain? Honey Bun. Honey Bun is wrong, actually, but nice try. Cinnabon is the correct answer. I'm so glad you found the time to be here tonight. What's the name of the famous clock in London?
Good job.
You got it.
Big Ben.
Wait a minute. Who said monkey buns?
Young ones.
Okay. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. What cereal slogan is the breakfast of champions? Heck yeah, Wheaties all day. As they say, next question, as the saying goes, an apple a day keeps what away? Sure does. Although I went to the doctor this week, but I haven't eaten very many apples, though, I guess.
Any apples.
All right, this is a multiple choice. Are you ready? So your answers are A, negative 100 pounds, B, nothing, or C, 1 million pounds. Your question, how much does a typical cloud weigh? Come on, you science majors. The answer is B, nothing. A bunch of you got it right, actually. Or wait, no. I'm reading it wrong. C, 1 million pounds. You want to do this? No, I got it. All right. So here we go. For this question, all you need to do is breathe. What planet in our solar system has the most oxygen? Earth. Alicia. Is that Alicia? Alicia, yes. Earth. 3 more. I would never tell you the name of my favorite pet, but what is the name of Harry Potter's owl? Bob. Hedwig it is. So 2 more. I'm gonna hold this question in my right hand. What is the Statue of Liberty holding in her right hand? Torch it is. Last one. Here we go. IHOP has always been known as the International House of Pancakes. But for a brief moment, they were IHOB with a B. What did the B stand for? Burgers. And that's the end of Davey's terrible trivia tonight. I would do another round of banana, but we're gonna move along. So now we get the opportunity to hear from this beautiful lady.
Me again.
And she's gonna share a little bit of some vision for 2021 and just what's on her heart. So take it away, babe.
Thanks, babe. Wow, it's been a great night. I looked at the clock and I went, already 50 minutes in? This is great. What a great night. Who knew we could have a banquet with no food? Well, the bad news is we actually can't, because if you look up the word banquet in the dictionary, it says a banquet means an elaborate feast or a formal meal with many people. I don't see food here. So now what we have going on here. However, if I
Well,
mess,
you some of you have some chocolate.
true,
That's-
I don't count that as dinner, not a feast. In fact, some of the dictionaries say a 10-course meal. Whoever had a 10-course meal before? Not me. So, however, if I mess with the verb definition just a smidge, we get to entertain with a banquet, or ambassadors fabulously banqueted and loaded with gifts. Still, the word banquet's in there. So I'll take the liberty to remove the word banquet, and I get to entertain and ambassadors fabulously loaded with gifts. That may still be a stretch, but we do hope that you all experience some gifts tonight. Some of the things in the box, those may have been gifts for you. In a small way, the Heart of Young Life was in that box. And then tonight as well, as we've been able to share just some of what this looks like. And I'm so thankful that you are here. I also hope that you had fun tonight. I personally decided that I hope you had double fun, since I included the word fun twice in a single sentence in the letter I wrote on the top of your box. Mistake there, but double fun was had by me anyway tonight. So thank you all again for the support you've given just by being here. It's crazy to see all your faces and names and stuff up here. What a weird new way to get together, right? Thank you for coming to be with us. Some of you are here for the first time, and we're so happy you are. We've had this banquet for years now, that we would normally get together and actually eat food. And this is so different. Yet some of you here, Lisa mentioned it earlier, would not be here if it were not on Zoom. I know this because there's somebody from Texas that wanted to join, my sister from across the state, my mom, other family that are far away that would not have made it here for the banquet. And so it wouldn't have been possible for you guys to be here. And we just love it that you are. Young Life 2021 has been amazing so far. The beginning this year in the middle of a pandemic was not at all what we hoped or prayed for. I think last year, 2020, we hoped that we would reach that end and maybe kind of getting back to normal. It hasn't been that way. Restrictions for being in person with a group of students has stayed impossible, but one-on-one time has continued. So much one-on-one time. And Davey mentioned it earlier, that might mean just texting and video messaging and things like that. But one-on-one time as much as possible, we've been able to prioritize, and it's been so great. I personally have enjoyed time with my girls in ways that that one-on-one, you know, it kind of confines you. And if you complain about it, then you're like, oh, we can't go to do this. We can't do this. But if you focus on the other parts of it, we've cooked and we've done stuff. We've talked about things. We've gone on walks, so many walks. Maybe a couple of them were a little too cold, but we still wanted to get together. And so we bundled up and went on another one. And we've talked about things that are so real. And maybe we wouldn't have even had these conversations if we hadn't been in the middle of this mess. Whether there's the political conversations that we've had, the racial injustice conversations that we've had, things around COVID, sure, we've complained a bit about that, but it's been incredible. So Young Life as a whole, though, we've been able to connect in big groups as much as possible. You guys have, if you've been watching the Facebook page, you saw the sledding day. It was great fun. So we've kept up on as much as we could in that way. We're looking forward to, hopefully after spring break, getting some outdoor clubs going back again. And we've been given the freedom to do a few small group things. And just last week, officially started a small group of cooking class and a music class. Davey's running the music side of things, and I'm doing a cooking class, and we're spending some time in the Bible. Started with Luke this time, and we are just super excited about it. I know the other leaders are doing things too, working more towards a small group at this point because the big group stuff hasn't opened up, but the plans are there. Camping this summer has been planned. We're working on that. Our vision as a team is huge. We have so many conversations about what we would love to do and are doing already. The committee is so strong and so supportive. Prayer partners are being connected to students. I can't even just a brief look into that. Can you imagine somebody in your life as a student? You don't even know them because this person's anonymous. They only know the student by first name, but they're able to be connected with them. Conversations happen via notes and cards and maybe little gifts, whatever. And that student finds out that somebody that they don't even know probably is praying for them on a daily basis. And I happen to know that one of the girls that is joined with a partner that I know she has mentioned to me multiple times, I cannot believe that someone's willing to pray for me every single day. And what a gift of grace. Like, there's no way that student doesn't get to feel the love of God in those kind of circumstances. And so the prayer partner connection is incredible. Leaders are itching to spend more time with students, right? Leaders. We have plans, big plans. There's so many ways we can still be with students though. So we're going to continue doing that every way that we can. All the while, we will be praying for new ways to build relationships, even in the midst of this. We're only 2 months into almost three months now into the beginning of 3 months into 2021, and we're moving and so excited about what God is doing. This is our vision for 2021. All the things I just said. This is where we're going in 2021. And my ask for you tonight is, would you be willing to help us get there? Would you become a part of Gladwin Young Life? Would you join this team? There are numerous of ways for you to get involved. You heard me mention some of them. Lisa mentioned them earlier, but tonight I'm going to specifically ask you to help us finish reaching our fundraising goal. This financial support will continue to fund a part-time staff position, weekly club, campaigners, camp trips, like full and partial scholarships, and we need those here in town. We need those scholarships. So other mentoring opportunities, and there's many of those as well. And that support that you would give is not going to go to waste. I promise you. This past year, I've had the privilege of working with a financial coach that Young Life sent my way, and it was incredible. We had just a lot of time talking about prayer and coming at the fundraising piece with a desire to just invite you all to be in partnership with us. And you get the reward too. You get to hear the testimonies. You get updates on what God's doing. And we need that piece. And so even in the middle of 2020, God provided. I started this journey in the middle of 2020. And by the end of my time with my coach, we only had that $7,000 number left to be 100% funded for what we had agreed upon would be a good start for us. And Lisa already mentioned, we raised over 4,000. We only needed under 3,000 at the beginning of this, at this point tonight, to finish that 100%. And 3,000 sounds like a big number, I know, individually, but yet let me help you break it down. Lisa mentioned that too, but really only 30 people at $10 a month, right? Or 15 people or 20 people, sorry, at $15 a month. But here's a fun one. It's 2021. So divide that up, 12 people only at $21 a month. So 21 for 2021, right? Only 12 of you guys need that much. And would you be willing to be a huge part of this mission? I'm asking you. In your Zoom chat window, Lisa's going to put her phone number. And again, just a reminder, if you would just text her, if you're willing to get on board with this, just send your name, the amount that you would like to start as a monthly donor, and she'll get you going from there. She'll guide you. A side note, some of you may have never met with me personally. This brand new part that I play here in Young Life. I've been a volunteer for 11 years. But in the staff position, I get the joy of spending time with you guys personally too. And so if any of you haven't had the opportunity to do that with me and would like to ask questions or connect, I would love to spend time with you. That would be a blast for me. So find a way to do that with me. I can get my number to you and we can work that out. Now I want to talk to our already monthly donors, and I see your names up here. I know a chunk of you already are monthly donors, and we appreciate you guys so much. Monthly and one time. I know there's one-time givers out there too, and we would not be here without your support. It could not happen. And so my ask for you is if you would consider increasing the amount that you donate on a monthly basis, just another $21 for 2021. On top of what you have, adding that 21, we would so fast get to that 12 that it would take to finish out this 100% goal. And so you too can go to the chat window, do the same thing, see Lisa's number, just text her, hey, I'm a monthly donor already, but I would like to add the 21 to what I already do. I can do that myself through my account, or could you help me take care of that? And we'll get that going. I want you to text her just so that we can know how God has provided tonight. And so we can just get a tally of how this is going. So whatever you feel led to do, we so appreciate. And I'm just so thankful that you've given us this opportunity. You've taken time out of your night to spend with us. I've had fun, and I'm in one of the hot seats, it feels like. So I hope you guys have enjoyed your time too. So would you be willing to come on board with us and for this 2021 year? Thank you.
And I would echo, thank you guys so much for being with us. Just a couple more things as we wrap this up. The leaders actually, I think, have a winner for Davy's Terrible Trivia. So, from at home, give it up one more time for our leaders who are going to bump in and tell us who gets the prize for Davy's Terrible Trivia.
2, 3.
Becky
All right, give it up for Becky, everybody. Way to go, Beck. You rock. And so at this time, we need to solve the mystery. So here is part 3 of the leader mystery video. Hit it, Adam.
A few moments later.
Cassidy? Seriously?
Oh, here, you can have it back.
So Lisa actually was going to jump on and close things out, but I will take it from here as her Zoom just crashed right at the last second. So bummer. But just want to express our gratitude for years. I mean, many of you have partnered with us for years, and you mean the world to us and to these kids. And so thank you. Thank you for being with us tonight. last I knew, I think she was going to tell us where we were at, but a little bit ago, we were at $250 a month, which is crazy. So thank you for jumping in tonight. If you still would like to, just text Lisa. Thank you a million times over.
I'm actually back now, Davey.
Hey, great. Good. Right back at
I
Lisa.
lost my internet connection, so my Zoom crashed, but I'm back on.
Super.
Wow. The texts are still coming in. Last I calculated, and I'm not the best mathematician, so I feel like that should be a caveat, but we are now just surpassed with this text that just came in, surpassed our banquet goal. I am completely blown away. Thank you, everyone who joined us tonight, who just responded to that nudge, right? I mean, we've all felt it when we just feel like a pulling on our heart that God's calling us to do something more, to step up, to join the work that he's already doing. And so I really hope that has come out loud and clear tonight. You know, we did not want this to come across like we're begging for money. Like, this is totally an invitation to be a part of something that's bigger than yourself, to be a part of something that is bringing God's kingdom to earth in the lives of these kids that we have the opportunity to interact with. The kingdom is here, and we have the opportunity to be a part of it through this work. And it's such a blessing, such a rewarding thing to be a part of. So thank you for joining us. Tonight's been amazing. I don't know about you guys, but I've gone from like laughing hysterically to crying to everything in between. And I hope that you've all kind of gotten a flavor for what Young Life is about. You've gotten to meet some of the most amazing people on the planet, and that includes each and every one of you. By being here tonight, by considering what part God has for you in this ministry, you are part of this community working toward one goal: to affirm the infinite value and worth of every young person in our community. So thank you for recognizing the difference we can make together when we all join arms toward this goal. So I think we're going to close with just a song of worship to praise the Lord for his goodness and faithful provision for this ministry year after year after year. He's so good. So thank you all.